Microsoft takes care of your in details. I'm amazed by Microsoft culture.
Hey,
They
thank you so much, Ling, for joining us today. I really, really appreciate it. Would you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Thanks for having me, Yang. I'm happy to introduce myself a little bit. I'm Ling. I'm from Shanghai, China. I used to work at Alibaba as a senior marketing professional, and then I came to the States to pursue my MBA degree. I feel very lucky to intern at Microsoft last summer, and I got a return offer. So now I'm having my leadership rotation program at Microsoft.
Awesome. So you said you worked in Alibaba and you came to get your MBA here at the US.
Yep.
What was your motivation to, get your MBA, and why did you want to get it in the US?
I would say my ultimate motive is that I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. So China is good, but I like to jump to the stage of the world and I see a lot of more opportunities. And America is definitely a good destination for tech industry. So that's why I came here.
Awesome. Okay. So you said you were interning at Microsoft and then you got the full-time offer.
Mhm.
Can you tell me a little bit about the process of getting into the company? Like, were you like how did you apply? Did you have a referral? Like, what did the interview process look like and such and such?
Great question. So my application happened before the COVID-19. So I
Mm,
went to the National Black Conference and met Michael Tool, who was the czar of MBA hire at Microsoft. So he invited me for the Microsoft happy hour, and we chatted a little bit. He was impressed. Then he invited me for an interview. So I got a phone interview for screen for the first round, and then I was after I passed it, I was invited to the Microsoft Super interview in Redmond. So
mhm.
that was a 5 round interview happening in one day. Each round took around 1 hour, and they are very um, competitive. Yeah, many MBAs went to the MBA Super Day, and then they ask you difficult questions like, "What's the least what's the Microsoft product you want to delete most?" So it's a tough
Okay.
question.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more about the interview setting and the interview questions, maybe? Like, what were, was it mostly like behavior questions or were they like, more case type of questions? Like, what were the types of questions that you get?
If I remember well, they are more about the case questions.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if you take charge of one product, how are you going to launch it in China, for example? And you
Okay.
got to make a high level framework to talk about your launching plan and
Okay.
Sweden. And then we'll have follow-up questions like, do you think it workable? What other channels do you think we can distribute it? Quite tough, but it's fun.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Interesting. Interesting. And did you also get like behavior questions as well?
Yes, yes, yeah, right.
Okay. And those were mostly just about like tell me about a time, and then like you kind of provide the star stories that you have.
Yeah, I write. I try to answer these questions by fitting the Microsoft culture, like
Okay.
yeah, diversity and inclusion, to answer this to make myself look more fit for the culture for the company. Yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
the case questions are more difficult. It's to test whether you can improvise or not. You
Okay.
cannot avoid. So behavior
Okay.
testing is relatively easy, actually.
Oh, awesome. Okay. The you said you were in the leadership development program,
Oh yeah, right.
and can you maybe tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It will last for 1 year. So we will rotate for 3 different roles in 1 year in cloud marketing, which is the
Okay.
most worthwhile uh, business in Microsoft right now. So I interned at Microsoft Teams, and my first rotation took place in Azure. And then I'm having my second rotation in Power Platform. That's fun. Yeah, because
Gotcha.
you get
So
yeah, sorry, you will be exposed to senior leadership team like CVP and Satya. So you will propose your strategies to them. So I think it's a great opportunity.
and then so you said 1 year, three roles in marketing. So is it divided in different like programs? So marketing is marketing, finance is finance, and like different stuff is different. Like, is
Uh,
that like how it works?
A little bit different. I may provide a little bit of tweak. So all happening in cloud marketing, all about cloud business, but for different products. So
Oh,
yeah, that's the difference. But we will work closely with business planning, engineering, finance, etc.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so on LinkedIn it says you are a product marketing manager, and it seems like you are a product marketing manager for Teams now, or
Oh, so I'm for Power Platform
oh,
right now.
Power,
Yeah, rotating
yeah.
in the group.
Can you tell me a little bit about like what you do as a product marketer at Microsoft?
Sure. Long story short. So I usually do product launch plan, product messaging, and marketing, customer interviews, and marketing research. Yeah, this stuff.
And you do that for your specific products, working with different teams.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Okay. So when you came into Microsoft,
Mhm.
like did you have any learning curve? And if yes, can you maybe share a little bit about, what was the learning curve, and then what you try to do to, overcome those, and if the company actually provides you any sort of, materials or, training sessions to overcome it.
It got me. So the internship experience at Microsoft was fantastic. So that's why I chose it over Amazon after I got two offers and joined Microsoft. However, after you join a company, I would say you got to face some B side of the company. It's not like everybody is surrounding you, like gives you best support. You have to deal with different kinds of people. But anyway, you can learn from good and bad ones. So you just keep your mind open and then learn to cope with
Yeah.
different people. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the big contrast between internship and a real job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So can you tell me a little bit more specifics on in like what were the learning curves that you were facing?
For example, in internship, you deliver one thing in 3 months. But for
Mhm.
a real job, you got to deliver three things in 3 months. No one
Yeah,
told me earlier.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And but were you able to get support from your team or the company from like trainings and stuff?
Yes, for the leadership program, it provide very comprehensive support from uh, different perspectives, help you to learn how to cope with the finance team, the engineering team, so that you're well equipped and to learn fast. And that's the good part.
Okay, and this is only for the leadership development program people?
Maybe it's not limited to the leadership rotation program, but I have only experience here, so
Okay,
I can share with you what I have experienced.
gotcha, gotcha. So it seems like, you've been in the company for a little bit now, and then it seems like you're still kind of catching up. But like working in Microsoft and as a product marketer at Microsoft, what do you like the most, and what do you maybe like the least?
Great question. I think I like the mixture between analytical thinking and a creative thinking at Microsoft. So
Okay,
as a PMM, sometimes you need to bring up your own thinking, the thought process to persuade other people. But on the other hand, you got to think out of the box to give creative solutions. So I think it's fun to think different ways.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Um, can you maybe tell me a little bit example of like maybe when you were able to think about analytics and then creatives?
Like if I got a project from manager, I will think from a high level and how to divide into different category and steps. So this is the framework that I like to share with him or her in the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
And then for the concrete steps, when I deal with different teams, I need to adjust myself to with their tempo so that we can talk in the same language and put everybody on
Sure,
the same page. So that's two
sure.
different way of thinking. So you got to bump between one side to another and be more flexible.
Gotcha. Okay. What about something that you may not like that much, or something that you kind of see as an opportunity?
Uh, what I don't like maybe maybe we will move to the main campus very soon.
Yeah, it's because of the restructure, you have to, yeah, so getting far away from your apartment. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can totally
movement
see
is a
that.
big issue, really.
Yeah. Um, so I know, um, so what's been like, so you joined the company during the pandemic, and you
Yep,
said beginning of the, this whole session, you said that you only been to your office like 1 or 2 times.
right.
So can you tell me a little bit about like what was it like to onboard during like a work from home culture or work from home environment?
Microsoft takes care of your in details. I'm amazed by Microsoft culture. They provide a very comprehensive onboard experience for all new hires, and then for MBAs, and then for cloud marketing people. So 3 onboarding experience to
Okay.
make sure you know every side of Microsoft, and then you got all the training you need. That's really good.
Okay. And that includes like how specific to onboarding from just like a remote environment as well.
Right, right.
Okay.
So
Anything
although you
specific?
know, sorry, you go ahead.
Anything specific you found interesting?
Uh, I think all the high level leaders, senior leaders, take part involving the onboarding process. They
Oh,
speak,
really?
they share their experience. So they
Oh,
really care
okay.
about your hires. It's not
Okay.
about only HR talk about the procedure with you, got tell you to do task A and B. No, like senior people would like to share their years of experience at Microsoft with you, and they encourage you to ask any questions. And there is a session called like the question you're afraid of asking your boss, please ask me. So there's a senior general manager answer everything you want to know. So it's
Okay.
really impressive.
That's impressive. Um, I think, talking a little bit about culture and everything, can you maybe share a little bit about, Microsoft culture, and then maybe something about work-life balance as well?
Sure. I think Microsoft really cares about diversity inclusion. So from my own experience in a Super Day interview, 2 out of 5 interview years asked me whether I sacrificed a lot to come to the States. I didn't expect it at all. Like when I took my Amazon interview, no one cared about it. Why do they care about my sacrifice? But for Microsoft Games, they really want to know who you are, and they care about your history. So that's very touching to me. And then one of the important things of Microsoft culture is to involve everybody, to let them share their experience, learn from their perspective, because our customers are global. They may
Mm.
have some particular traits echoing to my past. So they want to know, make sure everybody is involved in this whole process and they can take care of our customers' needs. So I think that's really awesome.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. How about the work-life balance? Like, can you tell me a little bit about that?
So as we just discussed, Microsoft has a work-life balance, while Amazon guys have work-life integration.
I won't comment on that, but yes.
Yeah, so as most people, tech people know, Microsoft offers really good perks. So they really care about whether you have enough personal relaxation
Okay.
when you work. So you work harder and you play harder.
Can you tell me a little bit of like maybe one example of like something that you thought the company is really doing well with like the work-life balance?
For example, Microsoft offers will day vacation. It's like you have vacation on these well-being days, and you are all still get fully paid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So on top of all the other vacation or paid
Yes.
time off, you get like a well day off
Yeah,
for
well-being day. So it's
well-being
especially
day.
made
Yes.
for COVID-19.
Got. And how many of those did you get?
It depends on how many years you work at Microsoft.
Gotcha.
Even new
Okay.
hires, you got I think 5 or 7 days off.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
It's
Interesting.
very,
Okay.
it's very human.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. My last question is advice for those who want to join Microsoft as a product marketing manager.
Sure. So I would suggest 3 things. The first one is about getting a referral letter from anyone at Microsoft. So the referral will make sure your resume to be seen by a recruiter and anyone at Microsoft works. You don't need to reach out to people who work for the same department that you want to apply for, anyone, basically. And second, I would say writing a heartful cover letter for application. So you make sure you show your passion and show your fit to Microsoft for in your cover letter and send it with your resume to the hiring manager. In my case, it's Michael Tool. Now he just left Microsoft, so I don't know who replaced him. But make sure you find the touch point and then prepare very well for your cover letter. And the last one is learn Microsoft culture. For example, watch the recent Microsoft Ignite conference, especially the keynote speech of Satya, so you know the updates of Microsoft business, what's on his priority. And also read his autobiography, hit refresh, to know what kind of people he is and what kind of culture change he'd like to bring to Microsoft.
Yeah.
And you summarize them and incorporate your key points in your interviews and in your cover letter. Yeah, that's my three.
Oh yeah. No, I think those are really good points. And yeah, no, that was all the questions I had. Thank you so much, Ling, for today. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for catching up. I'd like to meet you in person.
Yes, thank you.